This is how to play She Sells Sanctuary by The Cult. I'm Andy Crowley. This is a fantastic way for beginners to get into the world of lead guitar. And please subscribe to this channel if this is something that you're into, because we've got loads of lead guitar coming, brand new content and a full lead guitar course coming later in 2017. And let's get you straight in for a close-up. Now remember, the tab is on the website. That's the main riff, and that's where we're going to start with this. Anything else is just a variation on this main riff, really. So this is when it fully kicks in, and we start off with our third finger at 14th fret of the third string. And we are playing the open D string with pretty much every note in this song. The tab will be very handy for this one, and you can get it by clicking in the top corner over there, where I've also left details of how to get the sound of each of these different sounds that I'm using here, because I am using some effects, some delay and chorus, things like that. So we start off with our third finger, 14th fret on the third string. It goes down to the 12th, and then 11th with our first. So 1, 2, 3, and then the little melody continues there. So 3, third finger, middle, first, middle, first, and playing them both together. And we play the first two of those notes twice. One, two, three. That's the first bit. And then we slide our first finger down to 7th fret and play this note twice also. So to recap, I'd highly recommend having fairly new strings on your guitar, as we're going to be sliding all the way down this third string, and if it's starting to look very black and dark, it's going to hurt your fingers a lot more than it needs to, basically. This does work on acoustic as well. The other thing you can do is put some fast fret on your strings to kind of make them all slippy and slidey. One more time through this first half of this riff. And at the end of that riff, just to finish the second half properly, we play both of these again, and then just the open D. So and that gives us enough time to get to the second part, where we're going to start sliding this first finger a lot more. So just to recap. So as we've gone down to this open, we then hit 5th fret with our first finger, and then the open D on its own. And then we have 3 notes, 1 and 2 and 3. And on every one of those ands, 1 and 2 and 3. The ands we just hit the open D, and when we're hitting string 3, we're hitting both strings together. So together, just 4, together, just string 4, together, just string 4. Okay, so to recap where we are now. And it sounds virtually like the very intro as well, but the very start of the song, the sort of cleaner, swirly bit, is a little bit different to this, so I'll show it separate. So just to recap on where we are at the moment. Now it's really important that we finish that section on our middle finger, because we're then going to slide up all the way up to 12th fret. If you hear the slide and we keep that pressure down, that's totally cool. It doesn't want to be super prominent, but the next thing we're going to do is play 12, 11 with our first finger, and then down to 7th fret, and playing it twice again there. So that very last section from the slide up, from 2nd fret, and if you're getting too much of a slide, if that's too prominent, just lift off your first finger or relax it from the fretboard, but we really want to keep it on the string. If you lift it off totally, you'll never find that one string again, so you want to slide it along that string. So just relaxing the pressure on the slide very slightly, but you shouldn't need to press too hard down on any notes that we're playing here. Recap from the top, really slow. 2, 3, 4. Even slower, 3, 4. Okay, that's the main riff. The 3 chords in this song are a D major, a C major, and a G major. But the only open chord you'll ever hear in this song really is the acoustic guitar, which just does up, down, down. So we kind of have just that up, down, down. It is very funny. There's not too many songs that kind of just have one strum of one chord, but there we go. That is one of them. What the rhythm guitar does in the verses is this kind of idea. Now I'm not sticking to any strict... Now I'm sticking to this one strict, but you can really play about with this. As soon as you know the notes from the melody, you can have a real play about. Have lots of fun with this one, and it always works because the chords are always the same. There's not kind of another section where this won't work for. But the 3 that I'm using are playing a D, so that's a D at 7th fret, a C at 5th fret, these are all on string 3, and then a G, because they're the 3 chords that actually make up this song: the D, the C, and the G. And I'm picking them 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1, 2. This is where you start to sound a bit like U2 when you have a bit of delay on. Cool, so that's the main riff and the verses. Now let's go for the last one, I think, because then I don't have to kind of change the sound at all. In between the first and the second verse, there's this other little line. That starts on the same note, but rather than working down and finishing the line as it has been before, it just changes slightly. So here, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, and then 2 more, down to 12. and then down to 11. And you can even add a slide for the first one. 16, 14, 14 to 12, and down to 11. Just on its own. And then we work down a major scale, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like the re, mi, fa, sol. Back down. So essentially, it's a major scale on one string, which is no bad thing for learning lead guitar. So that's that section. Back to the muting. And the fire in your eyes. Back to the main riff. And then for the very start of the song, as all the swirly sounds are starting, we have this riff. Okie dokie, so that is without the D string, because we're just going alternate for this, really going from the string 3 to string 4. Let's say it on its own one more time. You can keep your fingers down like I did that second time as much as possible. 14, 12, 11, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 2. I'm going alternate with the D. One more time there. Last one. The second half. Second half again. Both together. 3, 4. Pretty straightforward no matter what fingering you used. I've demoed a couple of different ones there, to be honest, because you're on one string so much. You could do the whole thing with one finger, really. But the choices be yours there, all the different sections, and that's how to play She Sells Sanctuary. Have fun. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe by clicking the link on the screen now, and check out the rest of the rock guitar songs and a full beginner's course. Loads of things for you on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.